And I want you to explain this to me because somebody here is not telling the truth.
Yep.
About what, ma'am?
About this property. I want you to listen to what this man tells you. Somebody's not doing their job, not telling the truth. I'm paying for this too.
In this county, on Highway number 37, just south of Buckland School, I have a deed that shows that I have 25 acres plus or minus.
Okay.
Okay? And I purchased this in '92, if I'm not mistaken. All right, on this piece of paper right here now that I have is what you all have figured, and 40 acres. Yes, I'm glad you caught that. And then,
overlooked a little bit of it.
yes, and then also you show a chicken house over there.
And a home.
No, that doesn't say, that doesn't mean, that description of property is not necessarily what's on it.
Wait a minute, it said description.
All right. Property description here would be like Booth Lot, okay? Or it may have been an old farm name. I'm just saying, if you let's go get them to print this man's card. I'm not looking at his card. And we'll see what's on it and we'll go with the description there. Print it like yours is
All
printed.
right, I got one more question.
Go get it, Tommy. Take
I'll go
Tommy.
get it.
Go get it while I got a couple more questions.
Tell them you want that printed right there.
Explain something to me. Because my math is just old-fashioned math, you know. I'm not into this new stuff. How does some people's property go up 100% and other people go up 300%? Because they got gold or oil? Tell me. I'd like
Really, I want to know.
I
I
dug
want
around
some.
my back lot. I didn't find nothing but tin cans. They're empty.
Well, real estate is valued on location.
Now, you know, all right, go ahead, on location. Okay.
All right, I'll give you a good example.
That's a good example. If it's in Gates County, it's worth 3 times more than it is in Suffolk or Chesapeake or anywhere else.
That I don't know.
Well, I'm figuring it out.
All I'm telling you is, with this stack of sales we've got, that's what we based our rates on. And if everything is correct on the size of your card and whatever,
Okay.
then it falls right in the parameters there. I don't know what else I can tell you about it.
Well,
Land values was the big increase in stuff in Gates County, and in your case, most of it's in your house.
what's in my house? Let me ask this stuff because how much living area do you have for me?
All right, we're showing on this house 1,825 square feet. That's what we're showing that as is heated square footage.
Have you ever read the back of this?
I've never paid attention to that.
Maybe you should, because this
I
little
didn't
thing
write it.
right here, can you read this for me, please?
Which part?
Right on the top, right there. Tell me what that says.
Standards
Read
for
that out loud.
appraisals and assessment. North Carolina General Statute 105-283, Uniform Appraisal Standards states, all property, real and personal, shall, as far as practicable, be appraised or valued at its true value in money. The words true value shall be interpreted as meaning market value, that is the price estimated in terms of money at which the property would change hands between a willing and financially able buyer and a willing seller, neither being under any compulsion to buy or sell, and both having a reasonable knowledge of all the uses to which the property is adapted and for which it is capable of being used.
What does that tell
I've
me?
heard that before. I hadn't read it on that, but I've heard that
I've
before.
heard that before. So this is telling me that if I take my house and I sell this gentleman here for $2, living the rest of my life, that's all that it's worth. So that's all you can tax me on, because that's what it's sold for. Is that right or not? Or are you going to come along and make your own decision on what my house is worth and what I can sell it for? Because that's what you're doing now. Which one is it? Because that's what it's. I ain't worried about this.
There are a lot of sales that are high and low in there. And
You didn't listen to what I just said.
we
That
tried
piece
to
of
get a
paper
deal.
on the back of my thing just stated that for whatever I could sell it for was what it was worth.
That says what would be the current market value.
Right, or what I sell it for.
I don't think that's really the way that was intended.
Well, it doesn't matter how you intended it to be intended. It's what it says.
Yep.
It's what it says. And it is legal, isn't it? I mean, we're not lying here, are we? I got all these realtors that are telling you that you're out of line. You still don't want to hear that?
I'm listening. I'm listening. All right. when I mentioned, you mentioned something about your chicken house and home, okay? It's the same thing listed up there as property description, correct?
Correct. That's all I'm going in.
Okay, that's good. Because I want you to show me where we've got a chicken house and a house listed on there.
Well, I want you to tell me then, why is it that it
No,
said
no, I'm
description here?
serious.
Wait a minute, it
Wait a
says
minute. No,
description here.
there is no
You got
chicken
it.
house and there is no home listed on there.
This right here is what was printed by here, and this is the same thing up here and up there. I want you to take a look at this as well, because anything I have here, I don't care if anybody
This
sees
is
it.
yours.
I know it's mine, but
All right.
it's saying chicken house home.
That's
At both
like I'm
locations,
saying.
description.
Like I'm saying.
Description
it
is
was like-
describing something. Definition.
Does it say chicken house home?
Well, do you see a dollar value assigned to a chicken house or a house?
It shows,
It shows
That
dollar values
description?
on the land. It shows down here there's a single wide on the property.
There's a single wide?
oh, it
That's what it's showing.
Is there?
is a single wide on the property, but however, here's what I'm going by still, what y'all print on the paper. You
Okay.
gotta go by what's printed, and this is what printed.
Okay.
Description. When I went to school, which had been yesterday when I just got out, after all the many years, I always, whenever I look at the word description, it describes whatever. And that's what it's doing here now. Chicken house home. And that chicken house was off this property way before I purchased this property. That should not have been up there in the beginning.
Let me ask you just a question.
Can I speak on that? All counties put a description of property as it's been split. My name's Robert Isdale, by the way, and I work with the revaluation. That description is nothing but an identifying statement on that property record card that identifies the old name to that property. Years ago, this was the Works farm because he was the original man that split it out. Even though that farm sells 5 times, the old guy is still known as the Works farm. You say there was a chicken house. At one time, that piece of property was known as the chicken house farm or the chicken farm or whatever. That description sticks. As that property is split, it come off the chicken farm, the chicken house, whatever the old name was. That does not say that there's a chicken house there now, and as this gentleman says, there is no chicken house being charged on that card. All that is a land description that back in the old days told somebody before they had maps and all, well, okay, this is the old Works farm. I know where the Works farm is, and I'm using that because I was born on the Works farm, but I'm not a Works. That description has nothing to do with this revaluation. We don't put those on there. They've been on there for years and years. It has nothing to do with the value of that property. It's just something that's put on there to help them in the olden days identify where this tract of land is. Does that help you out a little bit?
Yes and no.